With us now, former presidential candidate Andrew Yang. Can we stand 4 more years of non-reality, what is a democracy? What is a real republic? Can we take 4 more years of that? What happens?
Well, polarization is here to stay, but I remember running against Joe in Iowa and New Hampshire, and the question on everyone's mind was, who can defeat Donald Trump? And it turns out that Joe Biden can defeat Donald Trump. That's the way the numbers are heading. I feel a world better today than I did.
You're a lot happier than you were last time. My first question was, you look worried, you look nervous. But you're in a much better spirit.
The math has trended up, Don, let's put it that way.
But it's not over yet.
No. I agree that Trumpism is going to be here for quite some time. He got 5 million more votes this time than he did in 2016. So on an absolute scale, it's actually grown. And you have QAnon-friendly new members of Congress who are going to be getting sworn in January.
Something's got to give, and something has to change in this country, because otherwise we're going to just blow each other up.
Well, it's one reason why many people were hoping for a mandate. There were many folks in the House who thought that the Democratic majority was going to grow, and instead they lost 6 incumbent seats in the House. They thought that they could get the Senate, and it looks like they're going to fall a little bit short. So you're going to have a divided government no matter what. And that's not what you need when you're trying to recover from an historic pandemic, a loss of millions of jobs because of the recession. So the disappointment is very, very real among Democrats. And the fact that 68 million Americans decided to re-up with Trump, deeply disappointing for many people.
Don't you think Democrats know? Because, listen, there are Republicans who are opposed to how this particular president has divided the nation. Most of the ones in power are not saying anything about it. Don't you think Democrats will be more open to, okay, listen, people, this must stop. We've got to work together somehow, more so than the people who have just sort of sold their soul to the metaphorical.
Democrats rightfully believe we need a very robust agenda. And the problem is that you're going to have Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, playing the obstructionist role that we're all familiar with from the Obama years. One thing that I do think we need in the worst way is a stimulus package. It's the second relief bill. Mitch said yesterday that he thinks it should pass before year end. I think this might have helped Democrats nationwide, because everyone knows that Democrats are the party of government helping you out. And many people around the country have been very upset about the fact that there has not been a relief bill
known
in months.
To many Republicans now as socialism. It's not really, but we're back now with Andrew Yang, S.C. Cupp, and John Avlon. Interesting conversation with Congresswoman Dingell.
Yeah.
You heard what she said. She said Democrats don't do a good job of speaking to working class people. What do you say to that? You're supposed to be fixing that.
I had that experience countless times on the trail, Don, where I would say, hey, I'm running for president, to a truck driver, retail worker, a waitress in a diner, and they would say, what party? And I'd say Democrat, and they would flinch, like I'd said something really negative, or I just had turned another color or something like that. And there's something deeply wrong when working class Americans have that response to a major party that theoretically is supposed to be fighting for them. So you have to ask yourself, what has the Democratic Party been standing for in their minds? And in their minds, the Democratic Party, unfortunately, has taken on this role of the coastal urban elites who are more concerned about policing various cultural issues than improving their way of life that has been declining for years. And so if you're in that situation, this to me is a fundamental problem for the Democratic Party, because if they don't figure this out, then this polarization and division will get worse, not better.
Is that real, or messaging, or both?
It's real. I mean, Debbie just said they lost a plant that had 1,500 workers. And so if you're a laid-off worker from that plant and you look up and say, what is the Democratic Party doing for me? It's unclear. And we can talk about a unifying message from Joe Biden. He's a naturally very unifying figure. But then there's the reality on the ground where their way of life has been disintegrating for years. And if we don't address that, then you're going to see a continued acceleration toward the institutional mistrust that animated the Trump vote and will continue to do so.
Democratic socialism,
often,
what Bernie Sanders says, I think saying you're a socialist,
not invented.
It's not good messaging to say that to call yourself a democratic socialist, because then people relate it to actual socialist countries.
Well, sure, they believe
the problem is that we're coding certain language to separate us into tribes. And I want to go back to what John said about Ohio. Ohio used to be the swing state, and now it's trending red And you have to ask why. It's because their way of life's been heading the wrong direction. We have not done enough about it.
Yeah.
Put the money in our hands. 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 Can we afford it? Yes. Will it cause inflation? No. Is it awesome? Yes. Is anyone trying to make it happen? Yeah, that guy.